People spend as much as 30 million naira to get themselves and their family out of Nigeria to the UK. So the money they spend in this venture, they need to get it. So this is really getting scary. But the point of the matter is, this shouldn't have happened in the first place. And most times when you talk, the people will say, oh, you've gone to the UK, you stayed in the UK for 15 years, you stayed in the UK for all these years, and you're back with so much money, and you don't want us to do the same. My reality then was different from yours. I was a fresh graduate that just finished university. I got married and I was going to join my husband in the UK. My husband left Nigeria. Again, his reality was different. So the reality of those of us that traveled 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, even 15 years ago was different. The major difference between those ones that traveled years ago and these new people that are jackpowing in the last 3 to 5 years, as far as I'm concerned, there was no need for them to travel in the manner they did because they are already well off financially. I know we all want more, but at what expense? Now we are paying the price. I know of a family that are in the UK now. The husband was a bank manager here in Nigeria. She has a supermarket, not one but two, well stocked, like fully stocked. She was doing well. Her husband was doing well as a bank manager. They spent around 30 million naira to gather all the papers and to work this whole thing and to work this whole visa to the UK. The husband is a student and she is a dependent. This lady is so stressed out due to overworking, and the husband can't do so much. In their own case, she was the one that persuaded the husband for them to leave Nigeria. Her reason, so ridiculous. Her friends were all gone. Her friends have all left Nigeria. They've all gone to the UK, and she wants to do the same so that she doesn't miss out in whatever they are getting from that place. Here she is today crying that if she had known, she wouldn't have bothered, because they were living so well that they are even able to come on holiday to the UK or to any other country that they wanted to. Things she can't even do here in Nigeria, she finds herself doing it in the UK because she needs to get this money. They need to pay school fees. The children have to eat. And again, when they get this visa, I don't know if the agent doesn't explain these things to them. Most of these visas comes with restrictions to public funds. Most of them cannot get public fund. They will write it there in black and white, no recourse to public funds, which means if you travel with a baby and you need to work, you have to put that baby in a childcare setting, which means you'll be getting no help from the government towards the childcare fees. So it is so difficult to get by for most people. I'm talking, my focus is on the people that are newly jackpot in the last 3 years. Even if most of them don't send money back home, the amount of work they subject themselves to do is not even enough to meet their financial commitment there in the UK, talk less of savings. It's really heartbreaking when I hear this news of Nigerians dropping dead at work due to overworking. It's really painful and it's really heartbreaking to hear such news. And with this kind of jobs with long hours and extra shifts, I mean overtime, they hardly think. Most of these people, if not all of them, have got good qualifications, and most of them, their visas are the high skilled visa, meaning they are well qualified to do different jobs than care jobs, warehousing job, cleaning jobs, all those manual jobs. Again, do not get me wrong, I am not saying these jobs are not good to do, especially in the meantime. But the problem here is when they get into these jobs, for example, the warehousing operative job, because of the nature of the job, they do long hours on low pay. And because they need more money, they do extra hours. They do overtime. So here is the problem. When they spend the whole day, the whole week working, there's no time to even think about something else. Most of them go in to say, okay, I will do this job for maybe 3 months, maybe 3 months or max 6 months. Let me just, hold on to this whilst I'm looking for a better job. The problem here is once they start this job full time, including the overtime, they hardly get time to put in applications. They hardly get time to go into job sites to look for jobs. They can't physically do it because they're always working. Their day off, they work on their day off. So if you're supposed to get maybe 2 days off, some of them might even work 1 day, and that remaining day off, they don't do anything with it. They sleep. I say this because I've been there before, but by the grace of God, I was able to take myself out of that circle in the early years when I was in the UK. In less than 2 years in the UK, I was able to take myself out of that circle. And thank God I did, because as soon as I did that, I saw the difference, and it allowed me time to think. It allowed me time to pour into my business idea, to grow my business idea into what it later became. So yeah, we need to really think about this properly, think it through before putting ourselves into unnecessary stress. I feel the need to talk about these things because the amount of stories I hear and the amount of people I see that are going through this stress, especially when I know that most of them are going through this unnecessary stress because of the decisions they took. So yeah, I will stop for now. I will come again with another interesting topic that we can talk about. I would like to know your take on this issue. And yeah, I will see you again in my next video. Bye bye.